My parents were very educating in Jewish religion and Jewish spirit and Jewish education. I follow my parents' blueprint, and I was educated when I was 6 years old. I already could read from the Torah in Europe, in Poland, in Krakow. Now, I had a very rich background because of my parents. They were very high level educated in the Jewish history, Jewish tradition, and I follow, and my brother too. And this gave me already a taste what Judaism is all about. I was not talking, I was doing with my parents from the beginning, from the start. And my brother followed me too, because the atmosphere was a Jewish house with Jewish values and Jewish education. So we were not strangers. I don't remember exactly the age. I didn't memorize the age. I know that we were in Krakow, Paszów. I was in, my parents were selected for, that time we didn't know where they go, but I assume they went go to Auschwitz or Treblinka or Majdanek. I don't know. I have no idea. My parents didn't have a funeral, so I say Kaddish, whatever. I go to shul. I don't have a date, and nobody knows the date. So this is very complicated to. What do you mean? Your parents didn't have a funeral? I said no. I don't have. We didn't have funerals that time. This was obsolete. And according to Germans, we didn't have any dates. Nobody knows where and when and what. I was very lucky. And when I speak with Elie Wiesel, he tells me I'm not a survivor. He tells me that I'm a living testimonial. A survivor means somebody had an accident, he broke their leg, he survived. But you survive, every moment by sheer muzzle, by good luck. Never talk to me about survival, because you're not a survivor. You're something more than the survival. Then, when I speak to people, the churches, museums, colleges, universities, my function is changed right now. I'm a speaker. I'm supposed to be a cantor, but I'm not a speaker. And I'm speaking, I do a blessing before I start even. Blessed art thou, Lord our God, King of the universe, who preserved me and enabled me to reach this happy occasion to speak to you about my survival. And I'm getting applause, but before I start even, I'm not speaking negative to the people. How many people were killed, they know this already. Auschwitz and Treblinka, Majdanek. I am concentrating on people, how many people were saved by whom, and nobody knows. It was Albania, Bulgaria, China, Denmark, Portugal, Norway, Sweden, United States. They didn't send anybody to death camps. Hitler was stuck. They are our citizens. We cannot send anybody to death camps. They're not Jews. They're Danish citizens. They're Norwegian citizens. And King of Bulgaria got scared a little bit, and he gave him the army. I can give you the army, but not the Jews. That's okay. Army is good enough. Then, unfortunately, the German troops are residing back to Poland already. And the Bulgarian king got very scared, and he took the army on the American side. Next day, he was poisoned. In the beginning, what is going on? But we sent underground people to find out for us what they call the trains going, what direction, what they unloading the people. Then we had the message. We know what's going on. The deportation was they go into the guest chambers. I was very lucky because I was in the right age, between 20 and 40, and I was an electrician. I mean, I knew the trade, but my cousin taught me when I was with him. And he was the manager of the group. And I studied this, and then at every camp I was acting as electrician. And this is the reason, maybe this was the reason that I was survived because of the profession what I needed. I was in Basel, I was in Grossrosen, I was liberated in Ebense, in Austria. They gave me free ticket. I didn't have to pay. The transportation was because they need electricians very badly, because they were doing the tunnels. Everything was in the tunnels, ammunition and water and food. Everything was in the tunnels. The German located Jewish people working in the tunnels. I survived because I was in the tunnels. The Americans were bombarding every day, and the English and the Russians, and I was in the tunnels. I was an electrician. One day was Resetzoris. You had to know how to survive. You have to fight every day. They didn't give you a menu to choose from, whether it's going to be fish or meat. No, we didn't have any menus. We were eating grass. There was something to, because the army didn't have any food anymore, the German army. They have to kill a cow or catch something. They were retreating now. And the Russians were very damaging the army because they took their revenge. The Americans didn't suffer. The Russians suffered. They killed 150 million Russians and 40 million Germans and 6 million Jews, but nobody knows it. They're talking about the Jews. And what's what they can, but American and English and French and Polish and German and Jews too. But nobody knows it. I'm a living testimonial according to Wiesel. I was there. In the beginning, we didn't know what Auschwitz meant. We thought something is maybe a jail or something, but we discovered what concentration camp and death camps, then we knew what's going on. Because the people disappeared every month, every day. Overnight, 600 people were missing. Not only Jews, suspicious Polish underground, you know. They had lots, the Americans, the Germans didn't have idea that the Polish underground is damaging them. They didn't know in the beginning. So there was, Schindler's List doesn't show. There was a Jewish camp with one commandant, and here was a Christian camp with another commandant. They don't show this in the movie, Schindler's List. They show only the Jewish section. The Christian section was prohibited to show. Why? Nobody knows. Yeah, I was liberated in 1945 by the American Army in Ebense, 1945. When I was liberated, I decided to commit suicide. Why? I'm liberated now. I have nowhere to go. Poland? No, they're going to do the job. The Germans didn't finish, we will finish the job. Go to America? No. You have to be healthy, you have to have the right profession, and you have to recover. You cannot even walk. And 6 months we look you over again, and then we're going to decide what to do with you. You have to be 6 months to recover. We give you time. Well, they asked me to recover. They sent me to a hospital for 6 months. I couldn't eat anything because my stomach was not functioning. So I have to live on crackers and some milk for 2-3 weeks till my stomach has to start to function. So that's a tremendous process, very painful, everything. I can eat, but I don't have a food. I can have food, I cannot eat. This was the punishment. I went to the wires and I wanted to I finish. I don't want to have any problems anymore. In the last moment, I said, when I go on the wires, who's going to be the witness? I changed my mind. In the spirit of my mama, I said, wait a minute. When I go, who's going to be the witness? See, I have witness here, I have witness here, I have witness here. I've cuts all over. My whole thing is cut to pieces. See this? My hands here. I was in a camp. Show me. Here, I show you. I don't have to have documents, papers. I show my hands, my body. Cut, see? Everything is cut here. See this? I had no choice. I had to survive. With God's help. You know why you survive? I connect with God upstairs. I'm a Cantor. I'm living for a purpose, for a reason. I survive. I had blessing from the Jewish people. Blessing you cannot buy. Working for Olivetti, typewriter, adding machine, calculators. I came to United States. I went to Olivetti company. I speak the language, and I was very valuable. I speak Italian, I know the trade, and I speak English too. So I was elevated to vice president in 2 weeks. I was already vice president of the Olivetti branch in Chicago. Because I know the trade, I know the languages. I'm a very Hebrew typewriters. Nobody knows what Hebrew typewriters is. I have to teach them the alphabet. I'm very valuable. Mm-hmm. And God spared me for a reason. Thank you very, very much for the interview. I appreciate to give me the chance to speak to you. And I'm looking forward to meeting with you on a happy occasion as well. Lehitraot, Shalom, and God bless you all.